Ladies and gentlemen, we are here again for the Star Cup. This is going to be round 8 around Austria, one of the legendary tracks with lots of history and excitement ahead of us tonight as well. And we are looking forward to this one. A title battle brewing, rivalries being broken or formed, DRS Maestro perhaps spinning, Kev Wood perhaps getting lapped and trying to unlap himself under the safety car. Who knows what we have in store for us tonight? This is the Star Cup after all. And speaking of the Star Cup, we are joined quickly for a quick chat here by the commish LC T-Bone. It is in the Mercedes. How are things looking on the grid down there, sir? How are you in your car? Are you feeling good?
I'm just overlooking some strategy here with the engineers. Can I just have 2 minutes, Greg?
Yes, go for it. All right. T-Bone's still getting locked into what's going to be a very exciting race ahead of us tonight. Austria, as mentioned, one of the legendary tracks, and it really does deliver almost every single time. It's a great track layout which promotes aggressiveness, overtaking, and a little bit of a different style of racing with the DRS as well. And it's going to be a great one, I'm sure. You never know, weather could come into play as well. That's something else that can happen. It really has it all. And this qualifying session we have in front of us is going to be very exciting as well. With that lap being shorter, of course, the margins get smaller, and those corners, those exits particularly, become extra important. So we're getting ready for this qualifying session. We got some things to cover. The greater league-wise, before we kind of dive into tonight, that includes the title fight, which, as we mentioned, is very close between Jay Jackin and Jordan Two-Wavy, separated by 13 points in Jordan's favor. But with 3 races left, this being one of them, there is still so much to play for. Looks like the clouds have rolled in here for this qualifying session, but we're going to look out for those two and how they compare for sure. And keep an eye on Bella, who dominated last time out, I believe. He's always capable of a really good race, if not wins or podiums. And we'll see what DRS Maestro does, as mentioned earlier. He's definitely a driver to keep an eye on for the right or the wrong reasons. Skeeta Bike is here. Shout out to Skeeta Bike in that V car alongside XM. And then we have Norman. I haven't seen him before, so we'll see what he gets up to in the Williams. Kev Wood, always a driver to keep an eye on. There's just so much excitement here on this grid. We have a new driver trying out as well, the Star Cup, that is in Oliver. I'm going to call him Olive. That's just more conducive to his name. And Dogs is here as always. XOD looking to survive another scrap potentially with who knows what driver. That would be Kev Wood. Last time out exchanging blows with him. That was really exciting. Dastardly always here. Sturdy in the Ferrari looking to impress. Leader Liebag now, I believe, full-time in the Haas. Good to see him. He looks like he's heading out to the track right now. Looks like a lot of drivers are out pretty early here. We'll see what happens with this weather. It is potentially looking like it could rain here. You never know. It's definitely cloudy. But we're looking forward to this one. And then, of course, just for, finishing off the grid, we had AZ Racing returning. The commissioner himself, T-Bone, still in the pit lane, getting that pre-qualifying session prep. And Purple Snack in the Aston Martin. So, who is the
Hey, Greg.
first on the
Sorry, I'm
lap
down
here?
here.
T-Bone, are you here?
Down
Are you
here.
ready to go?
Yeah, I'm just down here in the pits, man. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're looking forward to a good race out here, man. Excited for it. Thank you, Greg, as usual, for commentary.
Awesome. So, we got a couple drivers on their hot laps already. Took you Dogs, Menzo, who else? Jay Jackins on an outlap, I believe. See what Dogs is doing, though, in the Mercedes here. Looking to get
Just
out of the way of the
Greg,
traffic. Go ahead, T-Bone.
quick update. Norman is a new full-timer. He is a friend of Mac T looking to get into league racing. Formula
Oh,
Olive
okay.
in the Mushroom Cup last night had a pretty good race till the end. So, yeah, they're trying it out, man. Other than that, I am heading to the track as well. So,
Any
appreciate it,
weather
buddy.
on the way? Is it looking like it's going to rain?
I don't know.
Looks really cloudy, to
No.
be honest.
Oh yeah,
No?
potentially, potentially. If you're asking me if I had any, no, I didn't enter
Cool.
anything. I'm not even if
All
that's what
right,
you're
the lap
doing.
times are starting to come in now. We got Menzo and Tookie Dogs first over the line. Snake and Beans is going to finish his hot lap soon, now going through Sector 3. Good luck to T-Bone. He's on his out lap. We'll see what he's doing. Snake and Beans, though, just invalidates in the last corner there. That's killer around here. That Sector 3 is really, really fast, and you can make up a lot of time there, but the track limits are very punishing if you get it just a little bit wrong. Norman, as T-Bone mentioned here, if he's getting tips or information from MacT, he's certainly going to be a driver to keep an eye on. For now, in 8th place with a 109.3, but I'm sure he will improve. Bella, last race's winner in the Red Bull, is now flying through Sector 3, just about to begin there. Oh, hit the wrong button, sorry. In the Red Bull, and now he's going to look to finish off this lap, get as close to he can to DRS Maestro for now, on top with a 104.9. Bella crosses the line with a 105.0, so still very, very close. Up there, T-Bone now through turn 3. He's listening to me commentate to him as he's driving, no pressure. But now looking to head down towards turn 4, which can be tricky sometimes, especially if you're going wheel to wheel with someone. It's
I have
very
you muted,
dangerous
dude. I
there.
have you muted. You're good.
Good thing, because he's definitely under a lot of pressure here now through the Sector 2 left-hander. The double sequence of them, he hits the curb on the inside that first time. That's going to hurt a little bit for the lap time, and if you're not careful, you can completely lose the car there. So T-Bone did well to manage that, but definitely wants to be a little bit further away from that curb next time. Now crossing the line, and he will set a lap time of a 106.182, putting him in P9 for now. A couple drivers now crossing the line as well, or 83 starting a lap rather. Snake and Beans trying to do this all over again, but avoid obviously the final corner invalidation, which he had last lap.
Greg, quickly, did
XM.
you mention the championship point thing? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Oh, you did?
So
Okay. My bad.
Jordan above Jay by a very small margin, 13 points with 3 races left. Definitely lots to play for. And who knows, some drivers could get involved in that battle as well for the win. We have DRS Maestro, Clip Menzo on top for now, as well as Bella. Jordan, though, has not set his hot lap, so we'll keep an eye on what he does. Kev Wood coming out of the pits now. 12 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. But let's keep an eye on Jordan here. I believe this is going to be the flying lap here in the Sauber. And now he is crossing the line. Looks to not be using his battery perhaps as aggressively as other drivers. We'll see what he does down the straight here. I think he might be looking to actually warm his tires up or put a lap on them. He's not using as much energy as he could be, so that'll hurt his lap time in terms of a competitive standpoint, but maybe he's just looking to get those tires ready. It showed purple sector 2 there, which is interesting, or sector 1, sorry, which is interesting because, like I said, he's not in the qualifying power or ERS mode, rather. So we'll see what he does. Anyone else, though, on a hot lap for now? Oh, Purple Snacks in the gravel, but he has set a lap time for now. I think a little mistake there, put him there on his second attempt. That's okay, just come to the pits, swap those tires, go at her again. And it is Austria, so the lap is short, as we mentioned, and you can really get a lot of laps in if you need to do so. Of course, though, you always want to keep the race in mind and not use all of your tires up. But anyway, now Jordan appears to be attacking this circuit using all of his car's capabilities now down the straight towards turn 3, which is going to be obviously the prime overtaking, oh my goodness, I keep doing that, prime overtaking spot of the track and of this race tonight. It's uphill, slow speed, followed by a pretty decent straight and a shot with DRS open if the person in front of you does not have it. We're definitely going to see some action there, particularly on lap 1. We'll keep an eye on that. It's always exciting running up that hill. And the elevation change on this track is just so amazing. It makes it so much more interesting than some of the other tracks we got going on these days. But it's just an all-time great track that really pushes the drivers to the limits because it tightens the margins. Speaking of tight margins, we still have DRS Maestro on provisional pole position. Jordan 2AV now crosses the line, and he will take that away from DRS, now improving to a 104.831. With Oliver now getting up there in the McLaren, looks like he is going to be low on battery for this lap, but I think he set that lap time recently with a 104.9, so on P3 for now, bumping Menzo down. Bella now trying his second lap. Looks like he has invalidated at some point, so this one's not going to count. Kev Wood, I think, finished his lap into P11 there, 105.7. And he's, you know, not even a second away from the leader time. So it's really close around here, as it always is. Dastardly's right behind Kev Wood. Leader Liebeg now in the Haas with the McLaren off in the gravel to the right. I think he's gonna get onto a hot lap here. Zudi down in P20 for now, but looking to improve as well in the Alpine. Let's see what Leader gets up to though. Wants to improve from that P17 current position. The 106.7. I think he is up the first turn there, looking to improve. Not use too much of the battery, but definitely want to use some of it because that is one of the longest straights of the track, of course. Battery management will be a crucial element of the race further ahead as well. So we'll see how the drivers manage that. For now, though, you just want to use as much of it as you can, rather. Now leaders through Sector 2. Again, want to avoid those inside curbs on both of these left-handers. Shout out to Chenzo as well in the audience and everyone who's watching HMP's in there. Some of the drivers are in there. Hopefully I'm not distracting you too much. But shout out to all the viewers and anyone watching this after the fact as well. Leader Liebeg crosses the line in the Haas to a 105.5 into P9. So that's a big improvement for him.
Tracked away. I can't hear you, bro.
T-Bone still is in the radio channel with the commentary booth here. He's now going to be on his second hot lap, looking to improve from the first one with a little bit of a mistake. He's known to be quite deadly around the Austria Red Bull Ring, or the Bone Ring. I've heard it called many names over the years. Looks like DRS Maestro is out of the session. He's in the pit lane, though, I believe. So he chose to do that with a lot of time left, has to be said. So I doubt he's going to hold on to that P3 for now. That is interesting. Oh, now T-Bone is through the first straight, now heading towards turn 4.
I'm pulling out.
Looks like abandoning the lap for now. Getting that live communication. That was to his engineer, folks. He was telling him what's going on from inside the car. Exclusive access here for the Star Cup.
Don't have my drink.
Perhaps there's more issues going on with the Mercedes than we previously thought. Some issues with the drink system reported by the commissioner. Perhaps not the right kind of drink in there is the issue. But Zudi now is in the Alpine, looking to improve from P20 for now. He's been struggling as of late with his new wheel, and of course he's been disconnected a lot of times, which completely takes away any chance of doing anything with the race. So we'll see if he can improve, get back into the points like I know he can. Shout out to Zudi. Took Your Dogs is in P10 in the Mercedes, ahead of his teammate on the Bogs and I can't say it. The Dogs and Bone team. Racing, whatever it's called, I don't remember, I apologize. But they are a force to be reckoned with tonight in any race, as always. We saw them last time in the rain, having an unfortunate situation unfold in front of one of them where they were either going to be double stacking or doing excessive laps on the wrong tires in the wrong conditions, which is very, very bad for your race. Let's see what Norman does, though, now starting his hot lap. This will be the first session. As we mentioned, he will be in the Star Cup 4. We'll see how he compares to the leaders. And like I said, if he knows anything from MacT or he's getting any tips or any information, then we could be in for it, folks. That is a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, though, locking up for now through turn 3. Going to lose him a little bit of time on the exit. It's easy to do that because it's just so inviting to brake late there with the elevation change, as we mentioned earlier. It's just so easy to overstep the mark there, particularly if you are qualifying as well. You don't want to lose time there, of course. Again, wants to avoid those inside curbs. Looks like he's going a little bit wide there. Let's see if he improves from his current time. Now through Sector 3. Almost don't even really want to break through there. Oh, a big lockup into the final corner. Just being asking a little bit too much of the tires. Yeah, no improvement for now for Norman, but that's alright. Still some time to go, although he's going to have to be quick. 3 minutes and 30 seconds are what remains for the drivers to cross the line at the very least to set their lap times. Look like Menzo has just finished a lap, but I don't think he improved on it. He's in P6. Jay Jack in the Drivers' Champion runner-up, currently setting purple Sector 2 there on this lap. And that's the sector where you make up a lot of the time, so that's good. Looks like he's got a strong car in front of him for the race. How will he finish off this lap? You don't want to invalidate here, as we've seen some drivers do, especially when you have the lap relatively hooked up beforehand. And he has improved beyond XOD. We missed him. But he's now into the 104.6s, just about. Only tenths separating the drivers at the top. And I think Jay Jackin will have trouble doing another lap. He's going to have to basically charge the battery here and then go for it. Looks like a car is right behind him. I think, yeah, nothing to report there or anything. Took Your Dogs now is on his probably last lap of the session. This is important for him. XOG now on an outlap, as well as Bella and leader. Drivers now all heading out. T-Bone as well. You're going to really want to make sure you get to the line. You don't want the queue in that final turn to lose your time. Always tricky. You want to obviously nail that timing and get as late as possible, but avoid any issues along the way. Because you really want to take your time warming the tires up, or at the very least letting the AI do it. That's the real strat in this game. But now, I Took Your Dogs has improved to a 105.1. That'll be his final lap, most likely. So J-Jack, and yeah, he is on another lap here. He might run out of fuel, or might do that on the in-lap after this. But this now surely will be his final chance to take the fight to Jordan, and at least start in front of him or be near him. Let's see what Jordan does. Looks like Jordan is not going out for a lap, so... Oh, now he's just about left the pit lane. That could be very tight. 1 minute 4 seconds for Jordan, with cars potentially going by him, as we see now. XOD indicating a purple sector 1 there. Now down towards turn 4 with the battery wide open. Pretty decent through turn 4 there. A little bit of a lockup, but I think that's more so the game's audio issues than anything else. Now through the sweeping left-handers. This is honestly where a lot of the lap time is around here. Those 2 turns. And now he really just does not want to invalidate. This will be his final chance. with only 18, 17 seconds left now for the drivers to cross the line. We'll see if Jordan can do it, and XOD has gone off the track limits there, so that will be it for him. Right at the final corner, we mentioned that, we saw that earlier. Leader Liebag in a very good position in P4. Nice job to Leader. I think that's his final lap in the books as well. Oliver improves past everybody. Now bringing it down to a low 104.6, a 104.632. We'll see if Jordan can beat that, though. He might have a chance here. That's not too far away from his previous time, and now the track will be at the best. Looks like Bella's crossed the line. He will start no higher than P6. Leader in P5 for now. DRS Maestro is retired. Falling down to P7. We used in P1 and P3 earlier. Jordan is purple suit through Sector 2, which is, again, probably the beefiest, most important sector. And here he goes now, finishing off the lap. You do not want to invalidate, especially when you have a good one behind you. He has not. He has used all the track, and he has improved and gotten back into pole position. I think that will stand, ladies and gentlemen. So the championship leader will start in the best position, followed by Olive, then Jay Jacken right behind Jordan, and he will be right behind him on the grid as well. We'll see what they get up to. XOD in P4, I think had a little bit more in the tank there. Perhaps P1 or 2 was on the cards, but we'll never know. Leader, again, looking sturdy in P5 in the Haas. That's looking awesome for him. Hopefully he can have a good strategy. Not go too out there, Leader. Don't do anything crazy. Pit when the safety car comes out. I promise you. You're going to have a good race. Anyway, Bella in P6 for now, DRS. And then T-Bone improved there. Ahead of his teammate and right behind DRS Maestro in P8. Let's go. This is basically his home track, I would argue.
T-Bone,
He's
really,
very
baby.
strong around here.
Come on, man. What do these guys think they're doing?
And then we got XM, and T-Bone was 4/10 off. XM very close behind T-Bone, just about half a tenth away. And then we had Menzo, took your dogs in the other Mercedes, pretty close to his teammate. Let's see if they can work together in those trains. Norman down to P12, Kevwood right behind him, followed by Dastardly 83, Purple Snack, Zudi, Ski, AZ Racing, and Snake and Beans in the final position. But the margins are super, super close at the top, so that would suggest that we're going to be seeing some pack racing here, as long as the conditions are dry, which they are currently. Oh, got to get ready for this one. We're going to jump right into the action, as always, with the formation lap being glitched out. Don't want to be messing around with that when we've just done a fantastic qualifying session. So we're going to jump right into it, and again, look to turn 3 to be that melting pot where everything kind of has to be sorted out. Turn 1, of course, will be very important, and you're never really going to be side by side there very often. At least you shouldn't be. It's very difficult to get through there if there's multiple cars around you. But again, turn 3 is that prime opportunity. See the crowd getting hyped up for this one. The drivers are probably going to be doing a medium to hard or hard to medium strategy by the looks of it. Softs may come to play as well. But either way, we are getting ready here for the Star Cup round 8. And we are off. Jordan and Oliver, J-Jacken right behind them. XOD looking to make moves as well, or at least hold on to P4 for now, because he's going to have a Red Bull on the inside. Contact further behind. Looks like XM has spun around with contact on turn 1. With wing damage as well, I think that is for him. But now, looking to turn 3 for the action. Who will make the late break? Looks like T-Bone is going to try and do so on the Haas of Leader. Getting up into P6 for now, but Leader is right there with the pack right behind him. Leader will stay side by side. And T-Bone will eventually back off from that. No, he's not. He's going for it. Wheel to wheel here on lap 1. And
yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're hearing live commentary from the engineer to T-Bone, but it's not over yet. Leader's trying to hold it on the inside, but T-Bone clears him and gets the move done up into P6. let's quickly talk about the tires while everyone's flying on this first lap. T-Bone is on the soft tire, really going for it tonight. Looking to take advantage of this start and this opening pace he's going to have. Then we have most of the drivers on the mediums. Jordan and XOD, as well as Ski and Zudi are on the hards. Looks like Leader is in the pit. Oh no. The great qualifying is instantly deemed irrelevant because whatever happened to him on the first lap looks like he's getting a wing change. Yeah, wing change here for Leader. That's unfortunate. But anyway, we're now watching the front of the field. Oliver and Jordan going wheel to wheel. We're going to see a lot of that tonight. I imagine J-Jack and right behind them. And now the DRS is open, so you really want to stay with the cars ahead. You don't want them to get too far away. Oh, Oliver and Jordan already going to battle here. And J-Jack is just going to have to sit back and watch for now. Oliver, though, gets to the inside. Jordan tries to switch back, but it's very hard to do so on that corner. Again, Jordan's on those harder tires, so he's looking great, considering this is when he should arguably be the slowest of the entire race. And that's a great strategy for him around here, with the DRS being as powerful as mentioned before. Looks like the top 5 have separated now to their own pack. That's going to be crucial moving forward. Menzo is just on the verge of being dropped, but he is going fastest for now. I think he knows he needs to stay with these drivers because he's not going to get DRS on this particular lap. He's going to have to burn battery just to keep up with the drivers ahead, who are not going to have to do so themselves. As long as they don't battle too much, it could be hard for Menzo or the drivers behind him to get closer than that. But Menzo is just about on the verge again. And then behind T-Bone, we have a gap to Kevwood and Purple Snack, as well as 83. Oh, side by side further down, I think, or maybe it looked like it for a second. I think that was AZ Racing and Zudi, potential, or Ski to Bike, sorry. Dastardly already with a penalty. That's unfortunate for him. We're going to see a lot of that tonight with these drivers. It is very tough to put a race together. 36 laps without going over the track limits. We saw Jordan do so there. He might have got a warning for that. He is right behind the McLaren, though, of Oliver. But now the drivers have to not go too crazy here. J-Jacken has a title fight to manage, but he's got to stay in this race. Doesn't want to do anything too crazy, but he's on the inside of the previous race leader. Oliver now down to P2 with Jordan getting by. J-Jacken going for it, but it's not quite worked out for him. And now XOD is looking to take the fight to the championship runner-up. Side by side through turn 4. Always commendable when you see drivers manage to do that. It's very easy to run someone wide there. Have to leave it a space all the time. But T-Bone now 4 seconds and falling from Menzo. Ahead of Kevwood. I think something happened to T-Bone there. He did lose some time. We could see the safety car come out as always. You never know. But for now, the top 5 are flying away from the rest of the drivers here. Then there's kind of a secondary pack behind T-Bone to P11. And then Ski to Bike as well ahead of his own train with Dastardly and P15 kind of at the back of that. And then some drivers who had some difficult starts trying to get back involved. Jordan and Oliver going side by side there. Now battling for this race win. It's only lap 5. We've got a lot of this left to go. DRS Maestro setting the fastest lap, but he's had some issues as well. He's fallen back. I believe already having to do a pit stop, I imagine. Kevwood is fighting T-Bone. How many times have we seen that around here? T-Bone slots behind Kevwood in P8 for now, but these two drivers are going to have a lot of overtaking in front of them as long as they can stay together. And they can definitely work together and get back with these race leaders, especially if they fight a lot, like Jordan and Oliver seem to want to do. Again, Jay just needs to stay in the race, doesn't need to do anything crazy for now. Let these two duke it out, who knows? They could be getting penalties, they could be wearing their tires, they could be getting damaged, spinning out, you never know what can happen. Just let them do the fighting. and wait for that opportunity when they do go side by side, somewhere where they're going to have to go slower to do so. And maybe, just maybe, you can get involved then and get a run on one of them. Or maybe both of them. That's what I love about this track, is you're never really out of it in terms of the people you are battling. There's always an opportunity to come back, and for them to come back at you, as Bella has now improved to P4 over XOD. I think he is also, on those hard tires as well as Jordan is. So he's going to only improve from here. You just got to be careful on the curbs there, and to not be undercut too much if we do get to that situation later. I imagine some of the drivers are going to be pitting maybe lap 13, 14, 15 maybe. And then the hard tire runners maybe doing lap 20 or so. But of course, any of that could change at any moment. And I think in general, you do want fresher tires around here. They do not last forever. Looks like Jordan has gotten a little bit further ahead of Oliver, so no crazy action for now. 83 is gotten by T-Bone there. T-Bone dropping off from Kevwood. 83 with the move through turn 1. We missed that one, but that would have been really juicy. Bella is now fighting J-Jackin, who's down to P4. They can't get caught up too much on each other here. J-Jackin now back into P3 ahead of Bella. Still behind Oliver, I keep calling him. Kevwood now 7.5 seconds away from P6. Looks like Menzo has managed to get back with the leaders. But Jordan, look at that, has just broken DRS there. This could be crucial. Does Olive stay within it? He mentioned he's new to league racing, I believe. Looks like not for now, just charging the battery there. So J-Jackin, I think, needs to get by Olive here. With the battery deployed, the DRS open, he's going to have to try and get close to Jordan. Very crucial margins here, and I think he did just enough. You see the experience there from Jay. Just bridging the gap. And I think he's going to be okay for now. That was very important. If Jordan had just been marginally quicker, or if Jay made a slight error, and I'm talking very, very minor, who knows? Jordan could have sailed off into the sunset right there. But that has brought the top 6 all together again. Looks like Dogs is battling Maestro further behind. Some drivers, I think, doing their pit stops. Yeah, Dogs is one of them. I think he pit early. I imagine he probably didn't want to pit that early. Maybe some damage led him there. If so, that's unfortunate. But we do have more and more drivers getting penalties, has to be said. And we're only going to see that increase as time goes on. Right now, it is 3 seconds for 83. Purple Snack took your Dogs. Gets one right there. AZ Racing as well. All have 3s. And then Dastardly already with 6. That's not a good sign, because you need to preserve those for later in the race. It's very easy to get them around here. Only 3 of them gets you a penalty. You could get them going side by side, avoiding someone spinning, or just making a small error and not judging a moment right. Looks like Snake and Beans has retired there in the pit lane though, so that's not going to cause any disruptions for the action we see tonight, but Snake and Beans is the first to retire tonight. It's going to be so hard for Kevwood to get back involved. I think he's going to need a safety car to really improve if things keep going like they are. Just judging the race overall so far, Jordan has stayed in the front, but he's nowhere near out of this one. He's not pulled away like he almost did, we saw earlier. J-Jackin's right behind him, up 1 position. Oliver down 1, but they're going to be close together for the rest of this race. At least the previous laps would suggest that. XOD remaining level, Bella up 1. And then we have Menzo up 4. Kevwood up 6, which is quite a bit. 83 though up 7, and Zudi up 8. There is some pit stops changing that a little bit. We'll see if it stays like that. But those drivers we mentioned are kind of getting off to the best starts so far. At least comparing where they started from where they are now. Olive has just dropped out of DRS range here from Jay. Now the McLarens are going to have to figure this out quickly. The time is of the essence. They cannot fall away from these race leaders. T-Bone getting by a leader further behind. Looks like there's a big battle going on back there. I kind of want to go check that one out. Just about missed it there, but there's a nice little pack here. But anyway, Olive now out of the DRS. XOD is going to try and do the same thing Jay did, but I think he's just a little bit too far back. And unless these two decide to fight each other a lot, which they probably won't, they're very smart, they're very experienced, they might have just at least guaranteed, or at least doing what they can to quote-unquote guarantee a finish where they're at least close to one another. They don't want to have a crazy mismatch where one of them is having a terrible race and one of them is winning. They want to at least be close to one another, fight, but obviously keep that bottom line in mind. I think you'd rather lose 7 than go for a low percentage move to gain 7 and potentially more likely lose 25 or whatever it is on your rival. You want to stay with them. Of course, bring the fight to them, which Jay is trying to do, but I think Jordan now is really showing that the hard tires are the best tires for racing around here, because it doesn't take that long for the mediums to fall off. Jay has the DRS in his favor. It's going to make it very hard for Jordan to drop him, and then Jay will eventually be able to undercut and make up a lot of time doing that. But those hard tires for now are proving to be, I think, a little bit more robust and raceable. And Jordan is definitely putting Jay under some pressure here. XOD is falling away from them, so for now P3 might be all he can do unless something dramatic happens here. Bella is right behind XOD, but I think these two are very similar in pace tonight. So the fight for P3 for now is on, but you never know. All it takes is some mistakes further ahead, and you could be right with those race leaders. Zudi is now past Kevwood, who is in the wall. Very, very deep there in the runoff. He's having trouble getting the car going, at least it's looking like it. I think he's trying, ladies and gentlemen, to get race control involved. Virtual safety car is what it is for now. But he took a very long time there to get going, has to be said. And he's lost, I think, more time trying to go for this aggressive move. Because now he's down to P19, or P18. Can't believe I'm catching this. I'm not going to move off Kevwood anytime soon, because I want to see if he gets disqualified or something. Looks like Bella, though, has gotten a drive-through because of Kevwood's efforts. I think Kevwood's just going to throw his race away here. He's about to get lapped. There it is. He's lapped now.
What happened to him? Wasn't he up there?
He was having a great race, and then he's been trying to cause a safety car for a little bit, and now has retired from the session. Car on track as well. See, the NASCAR tactics not quite working for Kevwood there. Anyway, we're still now looking at, it is Bella and Menzo in a little battle of their own. And they are the first to stop that were kind of in that lead train to begin with. So maybe they can undercut a little bit here and get back with Jordan and Jay. And Jordan has crucially pulled away from Jay Jack, and I think Jay is going to be forced to pit very, very soon here. He does not want to get too far behind. Bella has the penalty as well, so we're going to see more and more of that happening, as we mentioned earlier. And now Bella is continuing the fight against Menzo into P4 for now. They don't want to fight too much, but that was good from them. They did manage to swap the DRS there and potentially save some battery, gain some time on those ahead. particularly XOD, who has not pit yet. And then, of course, Jay and Jordan, who are going to continue, I believe, for one more lap at least. And the safety car is out, ladies and gentlemen. The safety car is out. I am not sure what happened there. I was looking up top. I think Dastardly and 83 may have come together. At least it suggests that to me. But we're not sure 100% why the race has been halted for now. And now that's going to bunch everyone closer together. It's going to advantage some drivers who have not pit yet. Not going to lie, this is something in Jay Jackin's favor for now, because he's going to have an opportunity to go on the hard tires. Oh my goodness, I thought they were going to hit the safety car there. He's going to have the opportunity to go on the hards, whereas Jordan will be forced on the mediums. Oh, okay, so it looks like Adrian 83 went side by side to Kevwood into the wall. I think that's why Kevwood ended up there. And then we saw what he was trying to do afterwards. Caught. Caught. You've been caught, sir. Anyway. We're going to see all the drivers bunch back up together so that pack racing will resume. Everyone's now technically in it with a shot here. If you have used tires, you want to pit. If you just pit, then I guess you're kind of forced to stay out. But of course, as we expected, Jordan and Jay are both in the pit stops now. And I think, like we said earlier, this does slightly go in Jay's favor because now he's on those arguably better hard tires. But all it takes is another safety car, and that is null and void. And we'll see just what happens. We all know safety cars can breed safety cars because everyone will now be close together. Potentially a move might open up, but the door might close quickly. For now, though, Jordan has caught the safety car, and we're going to line up behind him. So now with the safety car out, these positions really do matter. Looks like Skeeta Bike might have stayed out there on the older tires. Let's see. Yeah, he's on 15 lap hard, so he's going to make passing a little bit more chaotic from P7 down. Keep an eye on that. Purple Snack gets a penalty under the safety car. Oh no. That's not the time you want to be pushing the limits, my friend. Happens to the best of us, though. And then quickly just highlighting what I wanted to talk about for a second, I just forgot, was the positions. So Menzo Bella moving up several positions now into P2. Jay Jackin, not sure what happened there. Looks like he's in P4. So some time was lost, potentially. Or maybe the margins were very close and Bella and Clip were undercutting and they might have actually caught up to Jordan. But that's crucial for Jay. He needs to get by those guys right away, but of course, as we mentioned earlier, not throw his race away doing so. And then anyone else on some older tires? Looks like Bella and Menzo, yeah, are kind of forced in that position. It's not a huge distance, 4 laps, but it will be noticeable, particularly to the ones on the fresh tires, Jay and Jordan. So again, yeah, Jay really needs to get by quick, because if those two fail to match Jordan's pace, Jordan could get away. Zudi doing well as well. We said we wanted to see him in the points. And look at this, folks. He's in P8. Now, it's going to be very crucial for him to get by Skeeta Bike here with no funny business. Because, again, Skeeta Bike has those older tires. So he will need to brake earlier. He will be going slower. Zudi just has to play this right. And I think he could have a great race here. Because, again, if he stays in the DRS, you never know what can happen. Looks like the field is getting closer to being caught here, but not quite maybe ready on this lap. Might be looking to the next lap, lap 18 into 19, or maybe 19 it'll actually start. We'll see. DRS Maestro reporting that T-Bone is excessively slowing.
Save some fuel.
He's saving some fuel. So I think we're going to have one more lap here, because, yeah, Norman as well. It wouldn't even matter what T-Bone was doing, because Norman was quite a ways back there, just having a tough start to this race, and on some old tires as well. He's going to have a a tough running for the rest of this one, I fear. But you never know. This is the Star Cup. I think there will be incidents ahead. As we mentioned, we're all now bunched up here, and everything is on the table.
Greg, who in front of me is on old tires?
So you have Purple Snack, who pit kind of just before the safety car, 5 laps old, so it's a little bit. Zudi is pretty similar to you. And then primarily it's Ski to Bike in P7. He's going to, I think, be an issue for some of these drivers because his tires are 17 laps old. But other than that, that's about it. Everyone else in front of you is pretty similar.
He gets in my way, I'll fuck up.
I'm going to keep an eye on this P7 position as we start this race again. I think now it's going to be just a matter of time until the safety car goes in. And there it is. So we will be resuming racing on to lap 19 when we finally get going. Again, not sure what caused this safety car. We did see the VSC earlier, but not what caused this one. But we are here now. Jordan, if he gets a good getaway here, that could really help. He's going to have 1 lap of no DRS and on fresher tires to potentially pull away. I think if you're him, you have to take that opportunity. And now I think he has... Nope. Oh! A little bit of a checkup there from Jordan, I think. Throws off Bella. And look at that! 10 seconds for Jordan as well as Ski. Hitting a car in front of them. I think that was a big cascading issue. All the way down the grid there. Starting from Jordan at the top. Ski to Bike has lost his wing. Now the drivers really need to get by him. T-Bone is right beside Ski to Bike here, but I think Ski to Bike's going to have trouble staying with anybody. No wing is pretty much a death sentence on any F1 game, and that's unfortunate. I think that all started from Jordan there. I think he did check up a little bit, and he has paid the price for doing so, and Jay Jackin is now in a great position here. The pressure's off a little bit, but he still can't fall too far behind. Needs to be aggressive. For now, T-Bone is looking to stick with his teammate, Took Your Dogs, in P8. Zudi in P7, very good. If he can stay with the DRS, that'd be even better. But he is falling off from Olive. XM now joins the list of penalized drivers, down in P13. Bella is in the pit lane. I think he got damage, potentially, from... the checkup there, because he's automatically back in. That's not good for Bella. Last race's winner, unfortunate for him. Jay Jackin now is trying to get by Menzo, needs to do so right away, and needs to get closer to Jordan. The 10-second is definitely in his favor. If he's smart, he can use Menzo a little bit if he does have the pace. There's a question in the chat about strategies. Obviously now the safety car has definitely changed things, but if I was in the race, if I'm basically starting at the top, I probably would have done medium hard. If I'm at the lower positions, I probably would have done hard to medium. But right now, I guess it's proving that medium to hard might be just a little bit more beneficial, because I think those hard tires are the best tires around this track. They're under a lot of load here. The lap is short. Yeah, that's what I would say to that. So Jay does have that in his favor, but Jordan is going to have pace for now. He's on those medium tires. Took Your Dogs is maybe looking to line up a move here. But right behind Zudi. He does have the penalty though, so Zudi is just smart here to just let him go. Technically Zudi is still in front for now. And there's Jordan as well ahead. You never know what he's going to do. He might be forced to pit or something. Leader is battling DRS Maestro, who's now back in this race. But again, he has a penalty. T-Bone is right beside Leader. We saw this earlier. Pretty much the exact same sequence of events there. Leader getting by on the left side. But T-Bone, again, cutting to the inside. Looking to take P9 away from the Haas. And he does so convincingly. Very nice job. And he's got some penalized drivers ahead, DRS and his teammate, Dogs. So if he keeps working, he might, just might, be looking at a P7 or higher. And who knows what Jordan is going to do as well. Olive is going for the move in turn 1. This is not good for Jay. Oh, man. And the safety car is out right as Olive does that. Oh, that's even more frustrating. Wow. Not sure what caused that. I think Purple Snack is out. Where is he? I think he's on track somewhere. At least he was. We're going to see kind of where Ski officially passes him. That'll give us some more information. The Purple Snack is out. Safety car is out again. I think if you just pit, you probably shouldn't, unless you can get rid of a penalty. Or maybe you just want to do something different. I think Purple Snack might have tried to retire in the pit lane here. Who knows? We didn't quite catch that one, unfortunately. But the safety car is back out, so Jordan did not have a chance to pull away, and now I think, like I said, he's going to have to pit here. At least that's the best thing for him to do, because the laps are running out, and it might actually be a good thing, getting some fresh tires on. Who knows? Is he staying out, though? No, he's not. Okay, that was Menzo I was looking at. So Jordan is in the pit lane. It's going to take a very painful 10-second penalty. Let's see how many drivers join him. Oh, looks like a group of them there. I thought it might have been more for a second. But there is quite a few drivers in the pit lane here. Now Menzo is in the lead behind Olive. Oh, this is going to be so painful for Jordan, though. He was, I think, in a very, very good position. And that safety car restart really bit him. And I do think... You can argue the severity of the penalty all day long, but I do think there was definitely a slowdown there. Which, if you're the race leader, you are the one setting the pace. So, there wasn't too many game shenanigans there, if you know what I'm saying. Just unfortunate for Jordan, and fortunate for Jay. And he might be able to get back into the championship lead, but of course now... Jordan is completely still in this race in terms from getting points at least. And he's on fresh tires. You never know how important that will be.
So they're Maestro's tires, Greg.
I was just about to talk to Maestro. Looks about Maestro. He's done his second stop. His tires are 8 laps old compared to yours, which are 7, T-Bone. So I think they're just about the same as you. And he's in P4 now with the Jordan mishap as that also brought Bella down the order. So now T-Bone might be looking at something higher than P4 if he can stick with DRS at the very least of DRS. Very interesting here.
Anyone up there got penalties or just DRS?
Just Mr. DRS, yeah. Clip, Olive, and Jay are clean. Jordan got a 10-second there, so he's now behind you on fresh tires. Did you see anything, T-Bone, on the restart? Did that affect you? Was there like a break or something ahead?
Yeah, something happened with like leader, Purple Snack, and that's kind of, and then, I don't know, I got destroyed after that because I had to slow down.
Yeah, I think it really affected a lot of drivers there. I think it all started in the front as well. Everyone's just trying to go as early as they can and react, and they're going to be very aggressive, and then if something goes wrong, it's just so easy for some contact to happen, because if you don't race aggressively in that moment, you could, get overtaken or lose a lot of time. The restarts are very, very important. Quickly, let's look at the tires one last time. So the drivers who pit most recently, the highest up is XOD, ahead of Jordan in P7 and 9 respectively, and then Zudi did pit as well. So he's going for that extra race pace. This will be an interesting field though, because you have some drivers further behind that have fresh tires, but the DRS is very powerful. So it might be hard for anyone to break away unless there's a big moment. Anyway though, Menzo chooses to get the race undergoing here, just a little bit smoother. And this time, there's no big cascading braking going on, and the drivers do keep it clean down this start-finish straight. No one going for the move for now, but that's all right. Still 11, 12 laps left to go. Just want to stay with whoever's in front of you for now, unless there's an opportunity. Looks like Olive has gone for it on Menzo. They're going side by side through turn 3. That's going to slow them down a little bit. Menzo gets caught on Olive a little bit there. See him squirm on the rear end. Jay is still very much behind him, but also in the picture. Jordan is up one position. And XOD is now fighting Jordan to be the furthest ahead on those fresh tires. Jordan is putting the pressure on the McLaren. Jordan, I think, might have almost tapped him there, but I think they're okay. And they are crucially within the DRS of T-Bone ahead, as well as the drivers in front of him. So there could be a fight further behind as well as ahead. Menzo and Olive went side by side already. They want this race win just as badly as anyone else. And with less kind of championship implications, I think they're going to fight a little bit harder than maybe Jay needs to right now. But you never know. Jordan is getting closer to him. Tookie Dogs is fighting XM through turn 1. XM's going to get the easy pass done on Dogs here with the DRS open. Does anyone join him? Looks like Zudi and Bella are going side by side. Bella with the big dive to the inside. Just about avoids Tookie Dogs there as well, but he gets a 3-second doing so. So from bad to worse for him, unfortunately. And he's now letting Dogs go, I believe, a sign of respect there. I think he might have gone a little bit too late there. That was a big, big move. And then XM is struggling to stick with Jordan, which is commendable because Jordan is going to be very rapid right now. If anything, he's going to be slowed down by the drivers ahead of him on these older tires. XOD is now right behind T-Bone. Within a 10th momentarily there. He wants to be patient here. Doesn't want to do too much battling in turn 1, but maybe Jordan might force him to do so. I think he did there. Jordan gets the run on XOD, which puts him on the inside of T-Bone. Jordan there tries to match XOD, which I think he does. And that could have been a bad moment, but ultimately kept very clean by all three drivers. Very nice stuff. It's very hard to go side by side through turn 1. Jay is trying to go for it for P3, but it becomes P4 and 5 because DRS Maestro is there with the cutback and the DRS open. And now, crucially, Jordan has gotten by Jay with still quite a few laps left. This has suddenly swung in Jordan's favor in terms of the championship. And there's still lots of overtaking to be done as well. And DRS Maestro has the penalty ahead. But he's done some great moves here to get into P2, which is arguably the best spot to be in. P1 or P2 is kind of what you want. Because anyone else is going to really struggle to get a move done unless there is a mistake there. And there is also maybe, just maybe, a move for Olive. No, not quite, but he's going to learn quickly that this is where you want to attack someone here on this second straight rather. Now, DRS Maestro is looking for the lead on track, but he does have the penalty. He does try to cut back to the outside. I think he was expecting to go the inside there. Someone is around. That's Olive again. Oh no. Down to P10.
Candidate.
Some contact in behind. I think that might have been XOD involved. Jay Jackin is now under pressure from XOD, but I could have been wrong about that. Oh, and XOD is now through. Jordan's up to P2 on those fresh tires. That penalty might have actually been a good thing for him. It put him on the path to have the freshest tires now out of anyone at the front. Just funny how that works sometimes with these races. That's why you never truly want to give up, especially if, you know, there's a chance of safety car coming out or something dramatic like that happening. T-Bone is now battling his teammate. Dogs is right behind him. Dogs now swoops to the left. We see Jordan getting by, or no, just about getting by Menzo there. Jordan now going for the outside of turn 4. Oh, and further behind we have Bella and Jay Jacken battling. Bella's now making something of this race, but he does have the penalty. Oh, was that a styrofoam board being broken there? I'm not quite sure. Looked like something happened, but who knows? Currently, if the race were to finish right now, Jordan would be your winner, Clip Menzo would be second, but then it would be XOD in P3. Because DRS Maestro has the penalty, as we mentioned earlier, and I think XOD might have a chance to overtake him as well. Jordan has pulled away. Just about, maybe not quite enough for Menzo to get dropped from the DRS there. But he is showing some great pace on the freshest tires. Again, the penalty kind of putting him in that position. T-Bone fighting leader again. What a scrap these two have had this race. T-Bone now getting by. Leader, though, has the DRS. Looks like it's backed off for now into P9. XM battling Zudi right behind them. XM on the inside of turn 4, which is ultimately where you want to be most of the time. And then Olive is trying to get back involved, but he got a penalty of his own I saw earlier. So his race has unfortunately gone away from him a little bit here. And Jordan has, I think now, just about pulled away from P2 and below. And that's going to be very big for the championship because he's now going to, at least in this moment, extend his lead over Jay, which is unfortunate. We want to see that get closer, if anything. But again, that penalty really putting Jordan on the right path there. Maybe there's an opportunity for Jay or whoever to match him, but it's just so hard to give up your track position sometimes. And especially when there's a safety car relatively recently, a pit stop can put you down a lot of positions. But Jordan had the aggressiveness as well as the patience to get through the field, and he's back up to where he was. XOD battling Bella there. Bella getting through on the inside of the McLaren, getting that done, but again, the penalty will reverse that if things were to finish right now as they are. Tookie Dogs is ahead of Jay, but he has a penalty of his own, so the penalties are affecting things more. Let's quickly look at that. So 3 seconds for, again, all of them, besides now XM and AZ Racing further behind. So this could be really good for XOD. He can stay with these drivers, and with the penalties applied, he could be looking at a P3 here. But you know he's going to want to get through and maybe attack Menzo for P2. Jay Jacken has attacked Tookie Dogs. He's now back ahead into P6. I think he's going to want to at least finish there for the championship's sake anyway. Right now, Jordan would, if it was in P7, I think Jordan would be 19 points or more ahead from this race alone. XOD gets by DRS Maestro there. There's one of the drivers he needed to get through if he wants to take the fight to Menzo ahead. He will pass Bella with penalties applied, but Menzo he will have to pass on track, so he does pretty much need to pass both of them. Unless Bella can maybe get ahead of Menzo, make it harder for Menzo to maintain this pace, we will see. But I think Jordan has safely checked out of this one for now, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Bella thinking about it, I think, going for the inside, forcing Menzo to a defensive line. He's going to now swoop around the outside, try to hold more momentum than the Ferrari, and now has the DRS open for the second attack there. I think that was pretty smart from Bella, but just maybe not enough battery to get it done. Because Menzo holds on now to the inside. XOD is trying to get involved, but just a little bit too far back to do anything with this battle for now. But it's going to stay side by side there. And for a brief moment, XOD had a look to the inside, but it's very hard to get there around that corner. and he's going to have to stay in P3 for now. DRS Maestro is just about sticking with XOD, but he's really pushing to do so and going over the track. I think he got a penalty there, or a warning rather, which he already has a penalty. XOD trying to force Bella into the error, showing the nose on the first corner. Now, does he have the run to get by the Red Bull? This is going to be important. He's running out of laps here. Needs to do this very soon. But again, you don't want to throw away a good result just going for a little bit more. And Bella has the position covered for now. Jay Jackin now falling behind Took Your Dogs. I think Dogs has those fresh tires. But again, the penalty won't really make things matter too much. Zudi is going to look to get into the points, at least as things stand right now. Maybe P9 potentially. 3 laps left here, no mistakes. That'd be great for him. T-Bone has fallen off a little bit. Not the cleanest race, unfortunately. A lot of battling, though. A lot of good moments. A lot of excitement.
I was never on the right strategy, man. The softs were like
That's
20%.
True.
The ones
That's
I started
true.
on.
Yes, the soft tires do die around here. And Jay Jackin, oh no, has gotten a penalty. So now he cannot rely on that to advance him beyond Dogs here. I think that's all he's going to be able to get now with 2 laps left. So he needs to get this move done, but he doesn't want to spend too much battery. Further ahead, though, Bella and Menzo are battling, allowing XOD to get a little bit of a sniff on Bella, but Bella keeps it side by side. Maybe XOD has some more battery on this final lap, or maybe he goes for a move on Bella, but Bella does not allow him because he's still going side by side. And now a moment has happened between Menzo and XOD. They have locked cars and gone to the right side of the track. I think not too much damage, but some time lost for sure. And that has taken them out of that fight for P2. Maybe penalties can still get them there, but that has hurt their chances of doing so. And I think XOD is going to be frustrated with that one. Menzo was battling Bella and I think just had a slow run, and maybe XOD got slightly beside him, maybe didn't mean to, not quite sure. And then we all know in this game, if you touch a car at a certain angle, at a certain place, you can get kind of glued together like that and force yourself into oblivion. But now Jordan has crossed the line already for this round 8 race around Austria for the Star Cup. It's been a great one so far. Jordan, though, making it look easy at the end here. He will hold on to P1 most likely, and P2 has a penalty anyway. So this ultimately will be a pretty big time gap. Menzo, though, going for one more position on DRS Maestro. Took Your Dogs is still trying to fight for now P5. Leader is fighting XOD. XOD does have some damage there, so there is confirmation of that. And then Jay Jackin has unfortunately had a tough one tonight. I think some of it was outside of his control, though, and he was forced into a bad position a little bit. Looking to still fight for it at the end here, though. You never want to give up now on the inside of XOD. There is a penalty between them, and they both have damage, looks like. But Jordan crosses the line for P1 ahead of Menzo. And then Bella with the penalty applied is in P3, followed by DRS Maestro. XOD getting back up to P5, but P2 was definitely there. Leader having an awesome race. Crossing the line with no wing, potentially that was on purpose. But in P6, nonetheless, is a great result for him. And then Zudi, hats off to Zudi. I think avoiding the penalties other drivers were getting and avoiding the carnage, getting into P7, awesome result. Love to see that. Driver of the day as recommended by the game, so that implies he made up the most positions out of anyone. And I think he's definitely worth a shout for that award overall. But we see Jordan now flying in to the top step of the podium. I haven't seen that animation before. That was good. But now he has increased his championship lead over Jay Jackin, I believe, to, I want to say, somewhere in the 30 or 40 point range. We'll see how that looks like later on, though, when we do all that calculations. Looks like we got a couple drivers in here. So T-Bone as we saw earlier, and then we have XM and J. We'll start with J. Jay, I know I saw your comment just now. Just unfortunately, the strategy not quite going your way. I will say it's a very tough call to throw away your track position sometimes, and Jordan kind of got a penalty which forced him to do that, but ultimately that was the best thing to do. Thoughts on that one? Seemed like a tough one.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough one. I thought when Jordan went to the pits with the 10-second penalty, I thought maybe I have a chance at narrowing the gap even more. But after the safety car restart, I made a mistake, had wing damage for like the last 15 laps. So that's why I started to drop back down to like P6, P7, and then
Oh, okay.
penalties took over, and yeah, it was just a mess. But everything looked
Yeah,
good when Jordan was in the pits with the penalty, but no, he came back through the field. So no, that was just a good drive by him.
yeah. Wing damage around this track is really tough to deal with, and it makes those
Oh yeah.
tires really really worn. Unfortunate, but hey, it could have been worse. At least you got something out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, that's all you can really do for now, and just look to the next ones. You never know what'll happen. But good effort anyway, Jay. You were definitely in there, and sometimes the safety cars are just so unpredictable. But you had a strong start for sure. XM, let's move to XM now. To be
Hello,
honest,
hello.
didn't see much of you tonight. I was looking further ahead, but I saw you had I think a moment on the first corner, uh, which kind of put you in a bad position. So run us through your race.
Yeah, so lap one, just unfortunate, just a lap one incident. And I got damage from that, and then I did make a mistake. I forgot to change it from auto to yes to repair my wing. So I did 14 laps with I did 14 laps with a broken end plate, and that's where a majority of my track limits came from. So yeah, just a
Oh,
bad race from me, but yeah, it is what it is.
that is
XM, I didn't mean to
brutal.
hit you there on that
Nah,
straightaway,
bro,
man.
all good,
Yeah,
bro, all good. It is what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
All good.
Oh, we missed
Yeah,
that moment, but yeah,
Oh,
that
nothing
sucks,
came of
man.
it.
Same thing I mentioned to Jay. When you get a penalty, when you get a damage around here, and you have to deal
yeah,
with it, it just is killer because the track limits are so easy to go over anyway, and
exactly. Yeah,
either you just completely slow down to a crawl, or you get a lot of penalties. That's kind of just how
yeah.
it
That's
goes.
literally yeah. That was the latter for me. Exactly. Yeah.
All
It is
right.
unfortunate.
All right, well, good to
Yeah.
hear from you anyway. We'll look to the next one. Who
Thank you.
else is in here? I think it was Zudi up next. A lot of drivers in the booth here. We're getting cramped. We need some more chairs.
Duty
But
wants to talk
Zudi,
now, eh?
are you here? I see your mic is muted, but are you here to talk about your race?
If
Maybe
he
in a
in,
little
I
bit.
am.
All right, dogs. We'll go to you for now. You mentioned a
No.
penalty in the comments. Oh, Zudi's
Yeah,
back.
I overtook two drivers, bro,
Oh,
and he
this is
gave
for
me a 10-second penalty.
commentary?
But I
I
won't
didn't
give them
know.
positions back because they was pushing each
Duty,
other
you're
on the
doing a
track.
post-race interview.
I didn't know.
All
Duty,
right,
is your voice
so
Oh,
shared?
What?
Your voice shared?
yeah, I'm not. Do you know if it'll
I
go on the
think it should
stream?
be.
If Zudy's got to share his voice.
Can I
Well, I
check
guess we're
it?
about to find out anyway. So, okay, dogs, quickly. You got two illegal overtake penalties.
Yeah, that was the 10-second that will be getting removed. I've sent you the clip and you can check that out yourself. Remove that 10-second from me, please. The 3-second, I do deserve. I did cut the corner. The 10-second, no, bro.
Whatever
Two
you need,
people
buddy. I'll
pushing.
bump you up. Don't worry. We're good.
No, no, I've sent you the clip.
His
You can
teammate
check it
is the
out
steward,
yourself.
so
Some
it'll
dumb
probably
stuff
work
right
out.
there, bro. And
wow.
Leebag, bro. I'm not gonna say no more.
Oh, a
I'm
bit of
just saying
corruption there.
Leebag, bro, and then I'm gonna shut up. All
We gotta
right?
give a shout out to Zudi. Zudi, go to
Yes.
party chat and go to the
Yo,
three dots, party
Fantastic
settings.
race, sir.
oh,
Gonna say,
ball is
boys, well
nice at
done.
this
Well done
now.
to the winner, and well done, everyone.
Zudi,
Thank
the
you for
driver of the
comms.
day.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's good
Chat.
shit,
I
man.
I think you
You
are
got points.
Zudi. I agree with that. Um,
Yo, bro, I
run
don't know
us
what
through
the
your
fuck
race,
that
man.
was.
How'd it go?
Um, I had a good start. I chose to start on the hards for, go long. And the first safety car came out, and it was way too early, so I stayed out. And then the second one came out, and I saw that Jordan also was on the same strat, so I was kind of like keeping an eye on him, just to like have an idea, even though he was up top. And I don't know, I felt like I had pace today for some reason. I don't know what the heck happened, to be honest.
Well,
It was
you
just like
are
there
you
was
are
good
getting better,
pace.
man, and that's really good to see because I know it's been tough for you, and a lot of the time your connection has been the one letting you down anyway. So glad to
Yeah.
see you
Yeah,
you
the
made it to
race
the
went
end.
forward.
No
Yeah.
failures.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I don't know what the heck happened today, but it was good. It was good. I
It
enjoyed it.
all came
I was able
together.
to compete. Yeah,
Awesome.
track's fun too, and the guys were great too. I raced with Bone XM. Uh, who else was in there? 83, 83 and Catwood before they took each other out.
Yeah, oh yeah. So,
Yeah.
in case you didn't know, yeah, they I think came together. We missed that moment unfortunately on the stream, but then we did see Kev Wood uh, kind of languishing on the edge of the track when his car was
Yes.
clearly able to
His car was
be
beached.
driven
Just trying
away.
to start a safety car.
It was right after
Oh,
that. It was
T-Bone,
right
I was
after
gonna
that.
move
It
to
was a
you, but
very
you're back. So,
yeah.
thoughts on those proceedings? I want to hear from the commish.
What proceedings?
Kev
The
Wood.
Cavwood?
Bringing out.
Well, I didn't see it, and I don't think
Okay,
he
well,
succeeded anyways, right?
you're about
You
to.
did.
No, I didn't.
You gotta see it.
But
Thanks, bud.
yeah, ultimately led us down an exciting path to the end of the race there. So that's been it for the Star Cup this round. Again, you can see us every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week looks like it'll be the Netherlands, which is always exciting for the next round.
Oh,
And
that's my
then
track.
the final round of this current season will be Brazil the week after. So two really good races ahead of us, and tonight was really fun as well. Lots of battling throughout the field. I feel like that one was easy to kind of flip back and forth, and appreciate all the racing going on, not just the race leaders. But overall, it was a great one, and thank you if you made it this far. Hope you've enjoyed. But we
Greg,
will
can I say
see
something
you
quick?
next
Yeah,
time,
thank
unless
you, Greg.
someone had any last minute
Can I say something quickly?
comments. Go ahead, T-Bone.
Shout out to Zudi, welcome back, baby. And shout out
Yeah,
to
boy.
I Took Your Dogs, Team Dog and Bones, 2 cars in the points. Detroit, what?
You
Detroit,
will when you
what?
remove that 10-second penalty
Don't worry,
immediately.
he's the
Bruh.
steward. Don't worry.
Put the word
All
out.
Good
right,
Back
boys.
up.
that is
Yeah,
it
GG's
tonight.
boys. GG's.
GG's
Good
all
night. God
around.
bless. Good
We will
stuff,
see you
Greg.
in a
Well
week.
done, bro.
Very